I would like to start the. I have been told to explain in 2 minutes of 7 years of journey. I will try to include all the points. I did my bachelor's in social work, thinking in a mind that I'll do something for women. Most of my friends were doing their masters and joining the other companies and getting married. But I thought that continuing the studies, getting all the degree certificates would not be the only option. We should also take some practical experience to get forward. That was my intention. Then I took a break from my studies and did work with a NGO which was working for rural development. I used to work with the farmers in the village. Then I saw, then I got a time to understand that what is actually needed for women. I thought that money will solve all the problems. I was wrong. Money will not solve all the problems because at the home or anywhere, women is not the decision maker. So then I thought that we should give something where women should feel very comfortable and feel proud of her. So I thought that we should give her social and economical independence where she can take her own decisions. I saw an ad in a newspaper saying that Deshpande Foundation giving training on social entrepreneurship. The word social entrepreneurship made me crazy. What is this all about social entrepreneurship? Really, I should know about it. I went to the interview and I'm from Dharwad. So I told my parents that I'm going to accompany my friend. She is giving interview. My mother said, okay. Then fortunately I got selected. My mother said that if you want to continue studies, go ahead. Otherwise, if you want to work. Otherwise, get married. But I said that no, I want to do something very different. So I didn't tell my parents that I'm going for this training, social entrepreneurship, because they didn't like it. What is this all training, just wasting your time and, because you're 21 years. Then somehow I joined a fellowship training program. Naveen Jha, my mentor, he said that you have to stay at hostel. That was a very tough time to convince my parents that leaving home and staying in a hostel. One fine day, no one is at home, so I took my bag and came to the hostel. And I called my brother, Anna, Nail Hublagadeni. I said to my brother, I am here at Hubli. He said, what are you doing there? I said, I took all my bags and I'm here for the training and I will come once in a week. He said, you call mother and tell her. I said, that you manage. I'm going to switch off my mobile and that is your job to manage. He said, just 1 week, huh? After a week, you have to be at home. And if you want to continue your training, you go from home. Need not to stay at hostel. Actually, parents are very protective. They don't want their children to, waste their time and like that. So every Sunday, I plan to visit my home. Like these 2 weeks are gone. Then I was so busy at foundation, doing my group activity, learning, listening to the speakers, guest lecturer, going to the ecotourism, I forgot home. So after finishing our course, we have to present our business plan. I, along with my other 2 friends, we were so much interested in women empowerment. So we thought, Kasuti and Agarbatti, candle making, all this training will help the women to be sustainable. Then after visiting all the other NGOs and other organizations, we thought there is the same idea what they are also doing. Where is the innovation? What we are doing? If everyone is doing the same thing and there is no innovation, then we thought that we should concentrate on the area which is untapped, where we can create more job opportunities for the people. We thought security is the area where there is no women. We should take this. We started recruiting people, and there were many people came with the illiterate also. So we thought that for the illiterate people, we'll start housekeeping. So that's how Safe Hands journey started in 2009 with 9 people, employees. And now we have around 450 plus employees working for Safe Hands. And to add this, when we started Safe Hands, I was a student. I had nothing. And after starting my business, after a year, I told my parents that I'm running the Safe Hands. Before that, I told that I'm working in an organization and they are paying me 5,000 rupees. They were so much happy. You are getting 5,000 rupees and you're working, oh, fine. But after a year, I had to tell my family that I'm running this, and I had to shift from Dharwad to Hubli. Because my partner decided to leave the company. She said, I'm quitting. So first partner left on the one day and the second partner left after a year. So that was the no break or make situation for me. I have to close the business or I have to run it. So then I decided that I'm not going to close it because there were 100 families at that time who were dependent on Safe Hands. So then I had to tell my family that I'm into this business. They said, okay, you're running this. You didn't tell us. So what is your next decision? I said that, no, if my friend is leaving, then I'm going to continue this. They said, don't do that. If she is leaving, you also leave and come back home, do your master's or get married. Then I said, no, I don't want this. I will continue this. Then I came to Hubli and almost for 7 months, we didn't have any conversation. I was so happy. Because there is no one to disturb. Day and night I will be with my work because we are providing night also security guard. When there is no security, then I used to go for the security duty. So this was a situation, gave me more strength, gave me more experience, gave me more inputs to handle. When we started the Safe Hands, I had nothing in my hand. Thanks to foundation, they gave us seed money of 1,25,000 rupees. With that, now we have around 4 crores of turnover. I was listening for the previous panel discussion. I was really amazed by how they are asking, moderating, and everything. So that gives me more, inspiration. Who works for money? Who works for, they don't entertain, all these things. Yes, it's really very important. When we ask money, no one gives you. When you ask, mentorship, everyone will give you. So like this, I would like to relate this to Naveen. I went to Naveen sir asking, sir, how to find the clients? He said, that is not my job. This is your idea, this is your work, and you have to deal with. So how to find the customers? Because I'm 23-year-old, I don't have money, I am not any army background. Who will trust you? Who will give you all the keys of office and apartments, of lakhs and crores of property? Then started building the networking by attending DD and attending the Tycons. And Naveen sir told me the one thing, that by your hard work only you will get recognized. So that is the philosophy I'm following, and this is what been given by Sandbox to me. And have many more plans in the future for the women. No? Thank you.
So I started Nanopix in 2002 informally, 2004 I incorporated, 2008 I actually focused only on Nanopix, left everything. Till 2009 I was crawling. I was just figuring out what to do. We had customers, we had paying customers, we had products, we had patents, but really did not create anything worth the while or worth its value. Before we, myself and my wife, we shifted to Hubli. 2010, we started at Deshpande Foundation in the Sandbox Startup. Again, afresh, a new page. And then, I believe we are actually going in the right direction. with the right kind of mentorship and the direction that we are getting from this environment, and the support as well as the motivation at times that we need to really not quit and then continue. In 2009, I came to Hubli as executive director of TAI, and then in 6 months' time, I was quite inspired enough, and then I thought I got the sauce that is required for being an entrepreneur, and then quit the job as executive director of TAI, and then started Nanopix again. So this time we went into making value in grading using image processing. The first 2 years were really, really tough. For nearly 1 year, I was the only employee in the company, doing everything from the mechanical, electrical design, manufacturing, welding, sheet metal, everything I did it myself. But then slowly seeing that I'm actually sticking to my dream, a team started getting forming around me. Really, really valuable folks who made a huge difference to the organization. We were 8 people when we got our first customer. The first customer, when he came in, he actually, okay, I know Sashi, so he's been doing this kind of technology demo and all that. But when they came to the foundation, saw where our machine was and then how we were incubated, he got the confidence that this guy wouldn't run away. So the moment that confidence was there, they actually gave us money. Actually, we got our money from the customers. We did not get our money from investors. Customers were our investors, and then we could use that money. They invested in us to make products and then supply to them, and then build an organization from there. The first year we made about 50 lakhs. Next we tripled. Then we again tripled. Then we did 2 times. So we are kind of rapidly growing, and this year we are looking for making about 16 to 17 crores turnover in the financial year closing. And then the next financial year, we are actually having a target of doing about 100 crores. So that's the kind of growth we could leverage being in the incubation. Sometimes, people do ask me, hey, you have become big enough, you should get out of the incubation. But I say, no, see, incubation is like, being with incubation is like marriage. It's, though the word incubation is used, it's not where the hen will sit on the egg and the moment the chicken is hatched, it will have to walk out. It's actually a marriage. So as long as the marriage is fine, you actually continue. So we find being in the incubation gives us a lot of energy, enthusiasm, collaboration, value, scale, and a lot more than just what we could have got if we are standing outside. So the most valuable being the mentorship that we get being in this ecosystem. That is what has actually brought us where we are, and we believe that it will take us forward as well.
Every growth story, this one also has struggle plus sweating. Lots of sweating equals growth. Hi, we are Nanopix, and here is our story. Have you ever calculated what one small confusion is worth? Well, we have. It's worth 18% of the market share in Indian cashew grading segment, with more than 225 happy customers in India and Vietnam. And the growth from a single man to a team, a big team. Nanopix, a company with patented imaging technology, was ignited in 2009 with the unconditional support of Deshpande Foundation. From 2009 till 2016, the company has helped cashew grading industry with a value addition of 750 crores. With the patented technology, now grading can be done at a far lesser time with more precision and at an affordable cost. But the journey from 2009 till 2016 was never easy. When the company was struggling to grow, what kept them going was the entrepreneurial environment created by Deshpande Foundation and the mentorship of Mr. Naveen Jha. From then on, there was no looking back, and the proof? 33 applied patents, a team of 96 people, and a smile on this man's face. The company envisions to be a pioneer grading solution provider with 5% value addition to every agricultural produce through grading. A unique grading company with a unique team and a unique story. That's Nanopix. Imagine your future.
So our belief is that we will add 5% value to every agricultural produce in India and the world. and that would mean 5% more money to everybody who is in the agriculture sector, especially the farmer. Thank you.
Hello. Hi, I am Divyesh, founder of LinkEasy Technologies. So we are primarily IoT-based company focusing on the industrial solutions and with particular emphasis on traceability part of it. So I just have a few set of foils summarizing the overall journey that we have been through in the last 3 years. And more so in perspective of the kind of questions that were coming up yesterday, I felt that this kind of summary might really be helpful to show those insights. So, as you can see, we believe that these 3 years that we have had at work was actually real fun. In entrepreneurship, every journey, every stage, there are going to be a lot of challenges. What's really important is to be able to actually enjoy the journey, because there is a lot of learning that's going to happen where we fail. And that is why we believe that it was actually really 3 years of fun. So how did it start in the first place? So it all started with the core belief that technology is there, technology is always going to come, new technologies are going to emerge. But the true value of it lies in its application. So having spent 13 years in the industry, that too in the chip design, so I was with TI, then with ST Ericsson, doing system level architecture for the chips. Somehow I felt there was a disconnect between how customers were using the chips versus how we were designing them. There always typically a struggle between the marketing and the design team that always happens in the company. And my passion always lied in, okay, probably both are right. Marketing team is exactly saying what the industry needs. The design team is envisioning what else can be done. But how do we go and bridge that gap? So I felt, let me cross over to the other side. With the kind of insights I have on the design side, we can leverage it better and create better solutions. So the dream part of it that was tied to that particular belief was that how do we leverage the power of IoT and analytics that is going to come up, that is going to shape the future, be the staging ground till 2025, at least as people say, the maturity is going to come by then. And how do we really use that to solve problems in all the underserved segments? And when I say underserved, it is not necessarily underserved industries or categories. It also means any unanswered problems that are there today where this technology can be applied. And that is where our search for the market actually began, like where we can start doing that. And that is where our tagline also came up, that what we want to do is link technology with people, and that is what we want to do. So the next step from having the dream was we decided, okay, how do we sketch it up? Dreams are always hazy. It is something you want to achieve, but the clarity part of how you can go achieve it is always not there. So before quitting, I spent almost 9 months with a couple of mentors bouncing off the idea, and also in trying to find the right founding team. We almost ended up being a team of 4 people who were really interested in doing what we wanted to do. And this 9 months was also equally spent on the family front. Convincing my wife, who is now part of LinkEasy as well, hardly took me 5 minutes. But convincing my parents took me a long 6 months. Similar story to yours. They said, if this is what you dream, this is what you want to do, please go ahead, do it. But before that, go talk with few people I will introduce to understand what it means. Appreciate the kind of problems that can come. And if you believe you are built for it, you can tackle it. You will never give up. Go do it. We'll support you. But make sure you are absolutely clear what it means. So after 9 months, so at the end of 9 months, LinkEasy was literally born. And though we started with 4 people, when the D-Day came in, 2 people backed off. Typical story, I'm sure every startup would have. But we were only 2, and we said, no, we are going to do it. We believe in this dream. Let's start it off. And this bouncing of mentors was also first level of validation that we could do, that what we believe in, is it really valid? How do we really sketch up our dream so that we are not making a mistake over there? The next part, the typical question that every entrepreneur has. So how do we really fund it now? So we as LinkEasy decided, no, we will bootstrap. We'll bootstrap till we really hit the chicken and egg issue, like even the previous panel was saying. Don't raise money because money can be made available or it is available at some place. Every startup goes through the churning process, and finally they come to an influx stage wherein more money is required to be able to generate much more money. So we decided till that point, we as founders, let's invest the initial kickoff capital that is required. I won't even call it seed. It's just a kickoff capital that is required. And we just started from there, and we have been successfully bootstrapping for 3 years now. And we believe that we'll pick funds only when we want the accelerated growth when it comes over there. At the time, we'll definitely pick it up. We will not let not wanting to pick up money limit our growth. So, good idea, good. But how do we really realize at the end of it, you need money? So what we actually started doing was we started selling our solution, our dream as it. We were able to sketch it to our customers even before building them. And in fact, we got our first customer even before the company got incorporated. I mean, the company incorporation took 2 months, but we could win our first customer in 1 month, right? So our customers themselves enabled us to bootstrap. The other bigger advantage we got was we didn't really spend on building the solution before the second level of validation with the actual customer. So that also really helped us keep our cost down where required, but we could spend where required. Please. So our teacher customers, the first customer in oral solutions, and later on, really privileged to have Nanopix as our teacher customer on what we are really building now, which includes the complete industrial automation and AI part of it. One thing that we did while we were building it was that we were learning while we were building. We might know all the things that we have been exposed to. That doesn't mean that exactly what the customer is looking for. So we always believed in learning while we are building so that we build what is finally required. And once we have these initial teacher customers, what do? So we had success with other customers, wherein, same solution, less customization, where else we can sell, just go get it. 10%, 20% customization is fine. Beyond that, either money has to come in from the customer as added, you call it service, you call it customization charge, you call it NRE, whatever you want to call. Money has to come in so that it gets funded. But 10, 20% is okay because we are increasing our customer base. So that's how we started off. Some of them were one-time customers, but it helped us build more technology. Some of them are going to be like, running customers wherein every year we can have sequential orders from them. The next part, building the team. So we started as 2. And in fact, midway, a point came wherein one of my first founders had a serious personal issue and he had to quit. He was feeling really guilty, sorry about it. He was stretching himself. So I literally came back to 1. So it's like from 4, we came to 2 to 1. But from there, we have now built a team of 18 people in the last 3 years. And I'm actually happy to share that, most of this team has been freshers. So this is one more thing that I felt even from yesterday's questions that, can startups really build that way? So we have been able to build, and half the team is from Susandhi. If you are aware of the Susandhi fellowship that Deshpande Foundation runs, these are primarily PUC or 12 standard people who are handpicked, they are screened, and then later on they are really taught how to approach a problem and try to think solution. The technical part of the mentoring is something we do later on. What we actually enabled them was how to think the right way. Whatever problem comes, forget technology. If this technology was not there, how do you go about solving the problem? Think about it, then find the corollary in the technology and see how you can apply it and leverage it.